Hello everyone and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have here the opening restream of the Link to the Past randomizer Survivals of Hyrule Tournament 2024. We're here in the Rumble stage with our runner state are Leaf and Nightcl4w. I'm starting with me on comms is Gilgamesh. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. I wish I knew the names of these teams off the top of my head so I could tell you what they are, but I don't.
I'll be honest,
But I could.
I'm not quite sure either, and I'm not quite sure where to find said information.
I believe Leaf's team name has something to do with TMs.
It makes sense. We do actually have Leaf evidently plays with a Leafeon sprite, and we actually have a Pokemon sprite on Nightcl4w's side as well today. Got an Eevee on his side, and Leaf they've got a Leafeon. So race of the Pokemon
Okay,
underway.
so Leaf is on team HM0 question mark. It's a secret to everyone. And Nightcl4w is on team. Looks like Planlos.
That's good. Thanks. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. This is the first. This is the first round here of the Rumble stage. Do you want to explain exactly how this tournament works here as I get our runners set up to get going?
Sure, I'll just read the document verbatim. So there are, I believe, 25 teams in the tournament. Each team is 4 players. The 25 teams were split up into 4 divisions, and each member on the team is basically playing somebody else from their division. So it's not necessarily one team against another team. It's just, a sort of a free-for-all kind of thing within the division. If you lose your race week 1, you're knocked out of the tournament. If you win, you move on to week 2, and so forth. And the last, I believe, 2 teams standing from each group will move on to the bracket phase after X number of weeks, however many it takes to eliminate the other teams.
That sounds correct, and just in time to get going.
So we're playing ad keys here today. So there's 9 different modes that you can roll. Before each match, each player gets to veto 2 modes, and then the bot will roll a random mode of the ones not vetoed. And ad keys is the one that was rolled for our match today.
Yep. So for those who don't know what that is, that's 80 keys. All dungeons key sanity. They need to beat all the dungeons, and they basically need to find all the keys.
Both players doing the uncle start here.
Yep. And when we mentioned sprites earlier, so we currently are listening to Leaf's audio, which is hey, map of Hyrule Castle on the Uncle, funny game. We have the Lambalani MSU on Leaf's side, and we may switch to Nightcl4w's audio at some point. He's got the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 MSU for him. And then we've also got Palette Shuffle on Leaf's side. Hyrule Castle looks a little different to the normal.
Also have a glove in the uncle chest, which is nice to pick up early.
Very much so. It looks like Leaf is going to continue to Hyrule Castle here.
I think it's just checking tree pulls here. We're going to do a tier 3. Okay, full magic.
So yeah, I can't do much with that. Yeah, I can't really do Hyrule Castle with no weaponry at the moment. So it's off to Sanctuary is 10 arrows, and it's off to Lost Woods and Cack here. Pretty regular. The opener. Glove is nice, but you can't do much with it right this second. Container in Lost Woods, might as well pick it up. Hyrule looks very purple today for Leaf.
Oh, flippers. Okay.
Ooh, that's a nice find.
Yeah, so both players going to be heading into Kakariko without any bombs here, unfortunately. And not enough money to buy bombs either. Okay, we do have, yeah, we have a glove, so we can potentially farm a bomb or 2 from this little, the top one. I thought it was the top one that had the bomb. Yes, okay.
Well, alright, there we go. Leaf trying the bush crab and getting single green rupees. Not good.
Oh, we're gonna get a lumberjack ledge check here. Wonder if Leaf's gonna save and quit out of here and go south route for CAC.
It's possible here with this route.
Oh,
And is that a
I
sword?
didn't. I think it was a rod, but I didn't see which one it was.
Oh yeah, that might be a rod. I saw something thin and pointy, but I couldn't quite tell. Small key to Pod and Blind's Hut, the first of 6. Chat says it's also a rod, but not sure which.
Yeah, I mean it does. Yeah, we do need both of them, but I mean having the knowledge would be helpful. Oh, because one of them might be more important earlier than the other.
And actually, I've got to play up the mountain here for Leaf, deciding to take an interesting, a little bit of a gamble to head up here. Technically out of logic, but not one you care a lot about. Does fall in the hole by accident. And they also got a hammer on Nightcl4w's side. Small key to Meyer. Hammer in Blind's Hut.
Having a weapon is pretty nice.
That's for sure. Oh hey, bombs behind bombs. Not right. Oh. Small key to second pod small for Leaf, and some more money for Nightcl4w.
Tactical death warp here.
Yeah, not like there was much else Leaf can do on the mountain right now.
Well, I think he's gonna check Spec Rock here, but
I guess he might as well, man. At least it was pretty close to the old man cave. Doesn't make not really a time loss on that death. And there's our first sword in the chicken hut.
Spec Rock has just a piece of heart.
And back at the bar has our first TR small. That's a good thing to find. We do need at least 3 of them. Leaf getting a bomb here. And our library peak is a heart piece. Not gonna care about that.
Wow, 3 50-50 wins on the bombs. Nice.
That is some pretty good luck. Nightcl4w going to do a blind race game here. Pretty common play in key sanity modes where the odds of having something useful on there are much higher. 20 bucks on the big island, we really don't care. And as I say that, it's just a heart piece.
Alright, gonna check under the bridge here for 20 bucks.
We now see back of escape for Nightcl4w. Not a bad play for 3 quick checks. Looks like Leaf is going the same way. Up to the desert, 20 bucks, and this
another pod small.
Number 3. Okay, Gabe. There are 6 of them. That's a lot in the first 6 minutes. $10 outro here for Nightcl4w. How long is Leaf gonna dodge CAC?
17 minutes.
I'm thinking not too much longer with this safe put to Sank, but we'll see. Map to Hera for Nightcl4w. Meh.
No, he's just gonna take the portal to Ice Rod Cave here, right?
They them pronouns, and no, it looks like not. I mean, there's really not a lot for Leaf to do with this equipment as it is, so this makes sense. You have to go CAC at some point.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many items you need. It's really... it's hard to dodge it for too long, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many checks here. There's a blind hut is 5, well is 5, chicken hut in the bar is 12, plus, like, the race game, well, they did Lost Woods, but there's quite a number of checks in the area. and the bottle vendor at the count. Use the hammer for Leaf. The small key to Skull Woods. There's our Moon Pearl. That's Dark World access.
Yeah, I don't love super early Dark World access in modes like this, but we got all those pod smalls.
And Nightclaw's not even going to bother going to Ice Rod Cave, but there's other things to do, which makes sense. It's going to head straight for Hyde Cave, it looks like. Yeah, Pod is honestly not a bad play. I didn't think with not a terrible play with the amount of keys we've gotten. And
I think it depends on if you're comfortable mimic clipping. I would, if you can't do the mimic locked side, I might hold off on it a little bit first. Because with only 2 keys, there's not really a ton actually in logic in Pod at the moment.
No, that's also true. We do get a big key to Swamp, not
okay, so it was Ice Rod on Lumberjack.
Ice Rod on Lumberjack, yep. And our first bottle, speaking of Pod, that's helps. Actually, although we don't have a potion for that right now. Let's see.
That Fire Rod is interesting, so we could full clear Skull Woods now. Well, we wouldn't be able to do the big chest, but we could beat Skull Woods.
Yeah, and the Skull Woods big chest is kind of one of those things you don't care a ton about most of the time. For a moment, though, we can head over to the village, it looks like. Stop by Stumpy for our second TR small. Okay.
I wonder if Nightcl4w will play the arrow game here at all. We're a little low. We have enough money for the digging game, but having a little more cash would be nice. No? Okay.
Nope. Decides to just keep going. I assume this is likely a South Shore play for Leaf. Yep. And basically follow Nightclaw's route for the moment.
We'll see if Leaf decides to bail out after the Moon Pearl or continue on.
Yeah, on the one hand, it can be hard to write Ice Rod Cave in, but on the other hand, that Moon Pearl just unlocks Dark World access, which is so much more to do, so...
Yeah, and going to Zora area without the Zora money is really not great, because then you're orphaning that for basically ever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I would have used all my bombs there, but okay, this works. Alright, we're gonna keep going.
Gonna head on over back towards CAC, gonna check Sick Kid, and then go to the Village of Outcasts. And actually, where's Leaf going? Is it the desert area?
Looks like they're gonna go to desert, yeah. I don't love this. This is a long walk, but Gina does get pretty orphaned otherwise.
It does. It's a long walk for one check, but it's one-off checks are more likely to be valuable in AD keys, so there's less of a risk. But it definitely takes some time here. We do see Leaf doing some fairly unconventional plays, while Nightcl4w is doing a more or less fairly standard routing here. So this could pay off for Leaf, or it could not. So far, Leaf's divergences haven't yielded a whole lot of anything other than extra pod small, which doesn't itself do much right now.
Alright, looks like Nightclaw's gonna hold off on Skullwoods for now, probably do Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town before heading up there, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can do Skullwoods with the current equipment, but Moth might be a little unfun.
Yeah, see if you can pick up a sword or something along the way, just to make it a little bit easier.
Or even like a bit of extra health, or yeah, something. Small key to Thieves Town, okay. Nice thing to not have to hunt for later.
Oh, was there a bow? Did I see it? Somebody said people are saying bow in chat. Is that on?
Oh, we don't have a bow.
Oh, with what bow? Okay, sorry, I misread that. One person. Listen, okay, you know what? Let's all calm down here.
Yeah. Okay. Small key to ice
Wow.
and debris. That's a pair of boots. That's a
Boots.
payoff for sure here in Agina.
Oh man, I would have gotten wrecked in this scene. That's a pretty nice find for Leaf. I don't know when Nightcl4w's gonna get over there.
No, it's just saying, it's a bit of a risk to go over there, but it's more likely to. But if it pays off, it can definitely pay off because it's kind of out of the way, and that's a big thing to get.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Nightcl4w's not heading over there probably until they have a flute or going to desert.
Yeah. Leaf's definitely happy about those boots, and yes, they are hard required because of that ice rod.
Something our most shake storage, something.
I don't even know what that is.
It's ridiculous and it almost never matters. So I'm just memeing.
I figured. Single arrow for Nightcl4w, front of Thieves Town, yielding, I think, a map, the powder,
and funny
mitts.
gloves
okay.
second glove in Thieves Town there. So, Ice Palace, anyone?
Yeah, it's actually clearable. Not something you say very often, some 15 minutes, but we do have mitts, flippers, hammer, a fire rod, and even a small key. No Samaria though, and I probably wanted to hold off at least a little longer on that, but it is an option.
I would wait a bit and see if I could maybe find the big key first or Samaria. But yeah, an option. And then we saw Swamp Palace and Hera were our two red crystals.
Yep. Yeah, as discussed earlier, this is now the Skullwoods play for Nightcl4w, which makes a lot of sense.
Looks like Leaf's gonna maybe do the catfish. This is, or maybe pod after this.
Or that, yeah. Small key to TR number 3.
Interesting seeing here that Skullwoods is a pendant, as well as Thieves Town. I like the catfish play early in ad keys.
For Moth, that's actually quite nice. And go ahead.
I actually like the early catfish play. Okay, double mail in Skullwoods for Nightcl4w. Neat.
Sure. But yeah, and go ahead about catfish.
Yeah, I like catfish now. I think an ad keys going to catfish early makes some amount of sense because it is a check that a lot of people tend to orphan, and it's kind of hard to get to anyway. With boots, if you're coming up this way anyway, you're not really going to have that much of a better time to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And for the troubles, Leaf gets some bombs.
Pick them up! Yeah, there we go.
I mean, they had 0, so it's not the worst thing to get, but it's also not the most... It's not exactly progression.
Alright, let's see. Looks like Leaf's gonna probably head into Dark World via Vu here. So opting to leave pod for now, which I don't hate leaving pod for now. Again, there's not a lot in pod is actually in logic at the moment, even though we can technically do a bunch.
Yeah. And so they're basically just gonna go back to following Nightcl4w for the moment.
Yeah, it'll be a little interesting to see which way Leaf decides to go after Vu, south or north, because they didn't do Digging Game and Stumpy yet.
That's kind of the story so far of this race is so far Nightcl4w's been doing some fairly conventional routing. Leaf's been doing some assorted varying detours that have yielded, well, boots and not a whole lot else of interest right now.
Yeah, but the boots alone might be worth it at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Leaf's been going off in little bits of assorted detours, and then going back to kind of the usual route, but yeah, those boots will let them catch up over time, bit by bit, despite the assorted detours.
I think I would have checked the bridge chest here in the back of Skullwoods too, before going to Moth if I'm Nightcl4w, just to potentially find something to make Moth a little cleaner. Yeah. I mean, you're going to come back in and do it anyway.
Yeah, I think I would have done the same. Like, I'm sure Nightcl4w can do 5-heart fighter sword red mail Moth, but it would be nice to have a bit, or hammer, I suppose, in this case. But it would be nice to have a bit more than that.
The bottle that we found was empty, I think. Right?
I think so, yeah.
You do have red mail, so, you know, Moth himself will not deal as much damage, but you gotta watch out for the spikes.
Speaking of red mail, Leaf just got it. I do find it funny we're discussing safeties for Skullwoods, and then we find both mails in Skullwoods on back-to-back checks.
Oh. Nice. Okay. Got a little rough there at the end, but got through it pretty good. So that is a first dungeon clear.
Yep. First of 12.
13? 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 12.
Right. 7 crystals, GT.
Unless you count Hyrule Castle, which is not technically needed. Yeah.
It's a dungeon in a sense that it has keys, but it's not one with that. It's not. It doesn't have a pendant or a crystal. It's not Aga Tower or GT yet. So. And the Skullwoods Bridge chest is just a
map. All right. Well, we have a pendant. So it looks like Eastern Pod area is probably where we want to head next for Nightcl4w.
That's what I'm thinking with the current items. Mountain's out of logic, and there's really not a lot you can do up there anyhow.
Although...
As we say that, he's just safe put to Sank.
I wonder... Huh. This is... Oh, I wonder if Nightcl4w's gonna go to Pod via Catfish.
Oh, via the northern route, perhaps, yeah. Yeah, I was also thinking Magic Bat, but it's not that. Zeruvian and Mirrorless Smith seems a little slow for right now.
No? Maybe this is going to be Mirrorless Smiths. Alright, I've gotten burned by not doing this before, so I guess I could see it, but boy, is this slow.
Yeah, it really is. This is like one of the places where, Pegs is one of those places where you can save a fair bit of time with boots rather than hammering each and every peg.
Getting grabbed by the, unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a point though. If Nightcl4w continues this Mirrorless Smith chain all the way to Purple Chest, it could be a good chance to check a key now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it's kind of slow.
It's very slow, but I mean, having the boots will be nice.
That's for sure. Because Leaf is catching up bit by bit on Nightcl4w here in progression with those boots. Already a good chunk of the way through Skullwoods back, even with that Wallmaster. Mirror on Smiths is a classic troll. No, and Nightcl4w's out of bombs too, I just noticed.
Yeah, they accidentally spent the last one forgetting to hammer or doing hammer pegs. Alright, Leaf having a little bit more trouble with Moth here. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, the beginning got away from them a little bit too much there, and it's hard to recover. I would just bail out on this for now. Moth is extremely not in logic right now, and you can always just come back later. This seems like more wasted time.
Yeah. Just a map on Magic Bat, and that's a safe quit from Nightcl4w.
Now they have to be extremely careful with their magic.
Just enough. And this is the Pod Eastern play now for Nightcl4w, potentially. Gonna check Lake Island at least, though.
Might hit up under the bridge first before heading to... Oh, okay. Gonna pick up some bombs. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, having bombs...
Alright, big two. Alright, gets that first hit in this time. Although Moth not really playing super nice. I think Leaf is being a little too aggressive here. But getting above Moth is nice. Yeah, I think you need to wait when the Moth flies up the top like that. You just gotta kind of let him... There we go, okay.
Yep. And that is dungeon number 1 done for Leaf as well. Nightcl4w getting his $20 off Hobo.
Alright, we're gonna see Ice Rod Cave here for the first time? No, we're not.
Zora area.
I don't love orphaning Zora like this. But maybe there's just a couple 300s right here.
Nope.
Or another pod small.
Pod number 4, and it's
so fourth pod small does make the pod play interesting now, because that puts a lot more in logic. And by a lot more, I mean 3 items, but still.
Out of logic.
Oh, is it?
It's on Old Man.
Oh, right, it was from Old Man. Yeah.
Nightcl4w also hasn't done that check.
Yeah, see, nothing there. So now Nightcl4w doesn't really have a good path to do Zora again. Maybe if they wait until they have the mirror and mirror after Catfish, but other than that, Nightcl4w's never going back to Zora.
Yeah. Leaf continuing just the overworld clear at the moment. Finding the Thief Small is probably going to
What are we doing here? We're buying a Oh, okay. So Nightcl4w's picking up a potion so they can potion unlock in pod.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they now no longer have the money for pod, so they're hope they find it along the way.
They could use the They're gonna hope to find some in Eastern, probably. Side might have some too. Mine's $5. I was thinking the rupee room in the back of Eastern, but did Nightcl4w not chuck a bottle into Waterfall Fairy? Don't think so. Ice Palaces are green pendant as a side note, we were discussing that earlier. $20, a map to GT, and a map to Ice Palace. Ice
Palace being a green pendant actually would make me want to go to it sooner now, because that big key could just be in GT or something.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be somewhere else in. That also does make it add an extra check to doing Ice Palace as well.
Alright, Leaf's got their mitts now. The downside to having that red mail, Death Warp's a lot harder to do now.
Yeah, so Leaf just using the boots to just run out of there.
Yeah, unfortunate for Nightcl4w that they don't have the boots running through Eastern here.
Yep.
Walking through Eastern, I suppose I should say.
I'm still gonna get their third TR small here, which we've got a lot of TR smalls, so we can't do a thing with them right now. So
Yeah, I mean TR is pretty interesting. If we get a cane and a way over to this side of the mountain, you can. Yeah, I guess we need a medallion too. We don't have any yet. Oh, big key to Thieves Town in Eastern Palace. That is,
that might
yeah,
be
I'm
some place to go back to,
going right back to
yeah.
Thieves Town after that because we have the small key too.
Small key and hammer, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yet another dungeon that feels bad to go through without boots.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that Leaf is currently kind of behind on general progression just due to doing an assortment of detours for various checks, but those boots are letting them catch up bit by bit. Oh hey, Cape.
Cape. Huh. So that's the first check in Agate Tower we can do. It's actually also Spike Cave.
I was just gonna say that's Spike Cave because we've got a bottle. Unfortunately for Nightcl4w, he's not really found much money in Eastern. Still short.
Yeah, without the big key, you can't get into the back rupee room.
No. Heart piece on King's Tomb for Leaf. Yeah, I was thinking that Nightcl4w could use the rupee room earlier, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I need a big key for it.
Oh, there's the money.
Oh, never mind, okay.
Well, why are we saving in quit? Oh, okay. I guess Nightcl4w just wants to go do the Thieves Town thing.
Like it, yeah.
I think I might have still gone into pod there.
Yeah. I can kind of see why without a bow or a lamp and only 3 small keys, but I think I might have stuck around myself.
Yeah, I mean you can get with the 3 small keys, you can get 10 out of 14 in there.
Where are boots? Agina. Leaf's been doing an assortment of various detours, such as up the mountain to Agina, and some other loose ends to Catfish as well that Nightcl4w hasn't done, and it's basically why Leaf is kinda, in theory, a bit behind on progression. Yeah.
What? Oh, we're gonna check Bumper Ledge?
I guess, yeah.
Is this a faster way to get there?
Catch up.
Oh, I guess without... No, because we have mitts. I wonder if this is actually faster or not.
No idea. Leaf's off to Eastern now. And Gamma says no in chat as far as if it's faster. Gotcha.
I don't trust anything Gamma says. Alright, what is this going to be for? Big key to Ice Palace. Okay.
We were talking about Ice Palace earlier. M.
Oh! Just gets hit by the bird there. Luckily, red mail doesn't hurt quite as much. Oh, this is interesting. So Leaf is going to do pod before Eastern.
Seems like it, yeah. Leaf, they checked Saha's hut and then went to the portal.
I don't know that I agree with this, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I might have done Eastern first as well, but okay. For logical pedestal, we need a few different things. Don't just need a red key. We need, I think, all 3 skill wood small keys, as well for Moth.
Yes.
We've only got one of those. Logic for pet is not exactly close right now.
It's close, but not quite. Alright, so Leaf has 3 smalls, correct? Yes. So we'll see.
Smalls. Leaf hasn't done Waterfall Fairy for their
Right.
4th. We know of 4 small keys, they have 3 each.
I'm gonna be fairly surprised if we don't find something in Thieves Town here, though.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance we find something of use in here. Compass source, salt for Leaf, and, well, 3 bombs is not anything of interest for Nightcl4w.
Leaf gonna go straight to the back of pod first. Shuffle.
Well,
Nice.
Shovel.
Getting that Zora money before going to the Zora area.
Yeah. And there was a 300 rupees in the first chest as
Wow.
well, so...
What a great pod so far.
A shovel and some refills. Which, to be
Ethan's
fair, it is
gonna-
currently on logic.
I think so with 3 keys here, I would spend the one in Hellway. Because pod is a crystal, so you're almost certainly gonna find a 4th pod small before too long anyway.
Mm-hmm. Harmless always just one of those things that's kind of a pain to get back to.
Yeah. You're back here, I would probably just do it. Oh, big key to Hera. So that's the Thieves Town big chest. We don't have a way to Hera yet.
Nope. No mirror, no hookshot. And
Save scum of the ball. I still don't think the save scum's even worth it here. You're almost... You're going to find another pod key.
yeah. Leaf doesn't know, but we in fact already have all 4. We already know of 4, and yeah, because with that man crystal, they're gonna show up at some point.
Alright, Nightcl4w taking down Blind for pendant number 2. So it was just that Hera big key in Thieves Town.
Yeah. Which I'm a little surprised as well that that was it.
I'm wondering if we're, missing a mirror or a hookshot somewhere, like Ice Rod Cave, perhaps.
Ice Rod Cave seems a little suspicious. I mean, we're looking at what are our things to do right now.
Zora,
Palace,
Ice Rod
honestly.
Cave, Ice Palace, yeah. Purple chest, which we're about to see from Nightcl4w.
Yeah, like we're running out of in logic checks. The shovel is not in logic to note because we've only got 3 logical pod keys.
Right. Nightcl4w
And
gonna
that
be
Swamp Swell is required, but not in logic or currently usable.
getting their boots here soon, which is nice.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, Swamp Small's pretty interesting, but not until we have a mirror.
Yeah, we kinda can't get into Swamp Palace right now.
Where is Leaf going? Oh, check
No
the
idea.
shovel.
Half
Okay.
magic is nice, but again, not progression. Spike Cave's a check outstanding as well. That is in logic, as is the first check of Agatha.
Half magic makes Ice Palace a lot nicer.
That's also true. But yeah, we've got an in logic cape. That was in front of Eastern.
No, nobody
Yeah,
has done
plus
Hyrule Castle either.
good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Boots gonna be finally picked up for Nightcl4w here. A good, what, 15 or so minutes after Leaf picked them up?
Yeah, feels a little bad for sure. Alright, so Leaf is gonna maybe check Ice Rod Cave here first and then do Zora.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, good point, Direct. Spike Cave's not in logic, we don't have mountain access. Whoops! Nightcl4w's gonna catch up on the 1 or 2 checks. So you're gonna check Bonk Rocks, which I believe was nothing, and then you're gonna probably see that Ice Rod coming up shortly. But they're pretty
Alright.
close, I think, for right
20
now,
bucks?
overall.
Yeah, I mean, Leaf has made the trip up the mountain, which Nightcl4w has not done yet, and Leaf has been to Catfish as well. But
yeah,
other than that...
Nightcl4w's beat Thieves Town and cleared most of Eastern.
Right.
So it kind of bits back and forth. There's been a little bit more divergence now than there was earlier, but...
Alright, this Zora check is going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure, because this is a hard orphan check right now for Nightcl4w. No, and point from chat as well, we don't have the Subaru's key for Hyrule Castle logic.
Yeah, that's never stopped anyone before.
You're not wrong.
Oh, is this going to be Ice Palace?
That's what I was about to say next. Which, at the rate we're going, makes
yes.
sense. And I guess buying a bomb upgrade because Nightcl4w's ran out of bombs several times at inconvenient points.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst idea.
Yeah, with this loadout, you're going to be making copious use of bombs for the Pengators and the bomb jump and everything, so it makes sense to have some extras.
Alright, what is Zora selling us today?
20 bucks. Scammed. What's in Logic and Ice, Gamma? Everything. We have all the keys.
You've got one small key, not all of them?
That's all you need.
Okay. My knowledge of Ice Palace key logic is terrible, to be fair. And then, TR small number 4. Thanks, game. Something we absolutely cannot do a thing with right now without either, Dark Death Mountain access or Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to see Friend of Escape now for Leaf, which, as Chad noted earlier, there's only so much we can do here logically without the Subaru's key, not that Leaf cares a lot about that. And there's our mirror!
Wow, so the mirror was sitting there the whole time. Woof.
That's kinda gross.
So that gives us a ton of stuff now. We have most of the mountain in logic. You know, we can do Smith Chain with the mirror now. But that's also front of Swamp.
That is Front of Swamp, yep. None of the mountains in logic. Good point, because we don't have a lamp.
I just said in chat, can I get there? It's in logic. Pay attention.
Yes. Or, yeah, we don't have a fruit either, but yeah. Anyhow, who cares? A lamp isn't nice. Very good possibility to file at this point. I feel like it's going to be something interesting and nice, but it's not a guarantee that mirror turning up where it did. Nothing in Zelda Cell, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the real unfortunate part about getting that mirror late is now, like, K45 and Graveyard Ledge are kind of an orphaned, because we already did all those Dark World routes.
Yeah, and Leaf's even done the shovel check. Done shovel check, done King's Tomb, back of Escape. There's really not much else in that area, or in either of those areas. And big key to
Big key to Turtle Rock. Wow. Think game wants us to go to Turtle Rock at some point?
Yeah, once we can find the king.
Well, yeah, we need to get our Castle Tower 2.
Castle Tower keys.
We need to get Castle Tower 2 on Laser Bridge so we can go get the ice rod.
And yes, Rubian, Nightcl4w will have pet access once he's done with ice here. It's not quite in logic, but anyhow. It does feel like the game wants us to go to TR, just don't have a cane, but that might be up here on the mountain at this point. Small key to GT, Spec Rock. Not particularly useful right now. We don't have a single Castle Tower key, Tyler.
There's Quake. Hey, maybe that's our TR access.
Maybe. We did mention that earlier at one point, discussing TR access requirements.
Master Sword, okay.
That's nice.
Oh, Leaf did not pick up that Hera big key, okay.
No, Hera big key was in the Thieves Town big chest, and Leaf doesn't have the Thieves Town big key because that is an Eastern.
Because they're an Eastern Dodger.
And Eastern is also where the cape's at, for chat's question.
Boy, this Ice Palace has been kind of a bust.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, honestly. Felt like the game was kind of pointing us here for a while, but there's been nothing in here. Oh, that gave us our 4th TR small, and that's been it.
Alright, well, we get one more check here with Cold Stare.
Where's logical progression? Behind that mirror, probably. Which, Front of Swamp Palace comes to mind for that.
Oh, big key on Cold Stare to Eastern!
Eastern! And Paradox has a book in it. Okay.
Ugh. Well, at least Leaf's got that Master Sword now, so they can check Ether Tablet.
That's something, yeah.
Alright, are we just gonna get a blind pet pull here right now? No.
2 Link's House, so not yet. But I'm wondering if this might be that front of Escape play now. Nope, Green Pendant first.
Surely they're not gonna go back into Eastern just for the big key chest. Or the big chest.
I hope not. I doubt it, but maybe. As Leaf now heads for Dark Death Mountain.
Quake. No, Bombos. Samari's just gonna be right here.
Too convenient.
What's that?
Small
GT small?
GT, no thanks.
Nah.
That doesn't do a thing.
Okay, we're not going... Oh, I think this is going to be pod for Nightcl4w now.
Which, that's fair, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really find anything in there. Obviously we know.
Shovel, which turned up nothing, but yeah. It makes sense for the density, though, for Nightcl4w. Just gonna do the... head into Hookshot Cave here.
Yeah, a little unfortunate that they can't go back to Ether Tablet now, because... Oh no, we have a mirror. We can't go back to Ether Tablet. Scratch that.
Say, what?
I forgot we picked up that mirror, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like one of those other mirror checks is the place to go. Whether it be K45, Graveyard Ledge, or Front of Swamp.
Yeah, because we're running out of things to do again, logically. Because let's see, well, our Eastern Big's in, I think, but we don't have a bow. So, like, the Eastern Big Chest, I guess, is available. We can't do Desert, we're locked out of Hera, and that's Mountain's entirely out of logic anyway. Nothing more logically in Pod, and we've cleared our pendants, so yeah.
Yeah, I think Lee's just gonna go ahead and do these mirror checks now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's a point from Direct. There's only one chest in the swamp right now because our swamp small was on the right side of Pod. Good point.
Oh, right. Yeah. So then, yes, then these mirror checks seem smart.
The mirror, but is disincentivized to because they got it so late. Yeah. So yeah, what do we have in logic? We've got first chest of Aga Tower, the Eastern Big Chest, Graveyard Ledge K45, first chest of Swamp.
Yeah, it's slim pickings at this point.
It really is. Hey Drassi, it's AD keys, yes, and we're in the process of logical last locationing our progression, which might be right here for Leaf, because there really isn't much. Nope.
No, that wasn't it.
Head's pullable, but that's out of logic behind Skullwood small keys, and that actually does matter, because there's not a lot of checks to find Skullwood small keys, or anything else really found right now.
Yeah, Leaf's just gonna go ahead and dash down to K45, looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I appreciate or hate the commitment to never going into Eastern, but we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah. Yeah, Leaf will be able to do out of logic Bombo's tablet too. For those not aware, both the book and the Master Sword are up on the mountain. And we don't have a lamp or a flute.
See if Nightcl4w ends up spending this last key in Pod.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
yes.
We were discussing this earlier, that he will do that. This is out of logic. It could pay off, or not.
You don't have to worry about coming back for it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, with that book, it's out of logic, but, you know, just for density, does Leaf potentially take a look at Desert at some point?
I mean, it's only 2 checks. But maybe? I mean, we don't have a whole lot left.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I mean, 2 checks is not 0. Bumper Ledge was the Ice Palace big key.
So, K45 and Graveyard Ledge were not the answer. This is first Justice Swamp? Maybe?
First Justice Swamp is smelling very suspicious right now. Or the first chest of Aga Tower, I think, is about the first chest of Swamp, first chest of Aga Tower, and the Eastern Big Chest, I think, are in.
Yeah, I don't actually think... I'm actually not 100% sure on the logic for the Eastern Big Key being with only one. I do think you actually need both.
Yeah, man, I don't remember Ice Palace logic super well because Eastern Big was on Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Chad says it's not. Okay, thank you. So yeah, Aga Tower first chest and Swamp first chest then. Almost Tablet is out of logic and junk.
Alright, yeah, they are going to go ahead and peek in the desert.
Some variety of junk. Yeah, I guess while you're here, we're just really running out of things to do. So this makes sense for Leaf.
What is Nightcl4w gonna do? Nightcl4w's
And
still
he
dodge in
hasn't
front of
done
escape.
Pyramid. Yeah, he hasn't done Pyramid Catfish yet. There's Arcade!
Oh! So, well, that doesn't unlock anything yet. No.
No, but the item we're missing for Logic might just be that lamp at this point for that mountain access. Oh yeah, if Nightcl4w goes towards first chest of Castle Tower, he'll find the mirror with it. Yeah, it does make.
Oh, we're gonna be a key thief?
We're gonna be a key thief for Leaf.
Hmm.
Which is interesting and a bit risky in AD keys, because that means you have to go find that.
Yeah, it is a crystal though, so he's gonna save, or they're gonna save Scummit, so this is less bad.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
But yeah, I think we'll probably see Leaf go to Ice Palace next after this, which will net them nothing, but it will be a dungeon clear.
Yeah. Well, it'll get them their Eastern Big Key, which they do need eventually at some point. And that's Catfish checked for Nightcl4w. Let's see where he goes next. East Desert right side yields the...
Monkey to Pod.
Small.
Don't think you're saving that. Yeah, I think you're resetting that.
I would, yeah. And this is Hyrule Castle now. Good for Nightcl4w. He's gonna find his mirror here after.
Alright, is this gonna be Ice Palace? Yes.
Okay.
So, Leaf will be able to get through this notably faster with that Samaria.
Mm-hmm. I guess the Riviano, that pot's not being where it is does tell us that pot is behind the desert small. Gamma Cape's in the front base, or not first chest, it's map, I think.
I guess the hookshot chest?
Yeah, the one
Whatever.
on the right side.
Yeah.
I really hope Nightcl4w checks Agatar first chest here, even though he just got the mirror, because I want to know what that is. One of our.
I mean, we're still waiting either that or from a swamp for our progression.
Yeah, I mean, well, Nightcl4w doesn't quite know that, but we do. Yeah, we are running out of logical everything at this point.
Oh, and unfortunately, Leaf doesn't have. I mean, it is nothing, but not having the Ice Palace big key here is a little unfortunate.
It's gonna be at least in the back of their mind, yeah. For those who don't know, Ice Big is on Bumper Ledge, Cape is in the front of Eastern, and Leaf hasn't been to Eastern. Ice Big chest was something completely forgotten. In general, though, Ice Palace really had the 4th TR small and the Eastern big. So, not much of immediate use. Speaking of TR, there's the TR big for Nightcl4w. And alright, we're seeing that Tower check now.
Alright, is this it? No, it's not.
No! Compass to Skullwoods! Thanks, game.
Alright, who's gonna be the first one to go to the first chest of swamp?
Not Nightcl4w just yet, at least, because that's a safe quit to Sank. I think he's gonna go chase that Mirror 2 things that's not swamp just yet.
Yeah, getting that mirror so late definitely feels bad.
Yeah, because they could have had that a long time ago. I don't thought, did Nightcl4w peek the Lumberjack ledge? I don't remember if he did. I know Leaf.
I think it was just Leaf, but we were going to see the ped pull.
We are going to see the ped pull. This is not in logic, but hey, it is a check.
It's close-ish.
And it's behind 2 Skullwood small keys, so. And also logic for Ice Palace. Checking for thank you, our tracker, directly confirming that Nightcl4w.
It's a fairy in a bottle.
Thanks, game. That's not very useful. Eastern Big acquired for Leaf as well as their second pendant. Because it can't be Thieves Town yet because they still haven't done Eastern, since that's where the Thieves Town Big Key is.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Nightcl4w check Aga ledge here.
Okay, yeah, that's good for him. Yeah, he does need that info at some point.
Okay, it doesn't matter which route it is. At this point, you have the other one.
Yeah. Did anyone we did actually see Ice Rock Cave at one point from Leaf, right?
Yeah, it was $20.
Thank you. And Nightcl4w's gonna finally make the mountain play, deciding it's time to break logic. Which is gonna yield him a few different things, just, he's not gonna be able to do any more checks that Leaf couldn't do, basically, is the problem.
Oh, that's not true. Nightcl4w can climb Hera, yeah.
I just realized that. Leaf's going to Easter now, having about run out of things to do on their side.
Yeah, it does have the big key, so we'll get an extra check in here that we didn't see from Nightcl4w.
And happy 1 hour, everyone. We're gonna switch over to Nightcl4w's audio for a bit, change it up. And please also give our runners here a follow, Nightcl4w and Leaf, as well as my co-com. Oh, actually, which command in command there. As well as my co-com Gilgamesh, and thanks to Daruk as well for doing the tracking.
Alright, there is Leaf's Thieves Town Big Key. I have to imagine that's probably where they'll go next after finishing Eastern.
It would make sense with the density. They also know there's a big key on. I think they know there's a big key on Bumper Ledge as well.
Yes, it was scouted.
So yeah, they're gonna go snag that as well, I'd assume. And we're gonna
maybe
see
check pedestal
here for Nightcl4w. Yeah, maybe pad. We know that Nightcl4w's gonna get a sword and a book, and then we'll see what else is in here. This is not in logic because the entire mountain's out of logic, but it is new checks.
Alright. Eastern Palace Big Chest has. Okay,
Ooh,
that's
a big find.
Now let's go to Swamp.
That's definitely a thing to do now for Leaf.
Okay, so where's that other Ice Palace small key? Is that the first chest of Swamp?
That would be mean. Because what would unstick our logic? Chat says with cane the Eastern Big is in logic.
Oh right. Well, but the book's not in logic to get the cane.
No. Oh hey, speaking of those, there's that.
Oh, Bo
So
and
Nightcl4w
Terra,
will be going
that's...
back to Eastern soon, so that's a good fight
Yep.
for him. And I missed what the big chest of Hera was. Whoops.
It's junk. 10 arrows, I think.
And oh yeah, that's a point. Kane is out of logic.
Yes.
I'm thinking our lamp might be the. It's lamp or
Lamp or
ice,
flute would
second
make
ice
sense.
small.
Or
Yeah,
ice
lamp,
small,
flute,
yeah. There's a
second
couple
ice
things that it
small.
could be.
Yeah. Where's Leaf going?
Spike Cave?
Hookshot Cave, Spike Cave, I guess. Yeah. I'm wasn't a little confused why they're doing this before Swamp or Thieves, but
I don't like rushing Hera here. This
Or
is like
Hera,
mega out of
yeah.
logic, and now you're leaving the big chest. I don't like this
Yeah.
play.
Nightcl4w took a fall on Moldor. Whoops. I guess Hera's a red, Swamp's the other, but I'm not sure how much I care for this play. Or Leaf.
At the very
know
least,
the
if you're
big
coming
chest
up
is
here,
not-
I would go clean up Hookshot Cave probably first.
And Moldor yields $20, and crystal number... That's actually our first crystal an hour and 4 minutes in, huh?
Woo!
Yeah, Chad's point that Leaf might be doing this for Red Crystal, then go beat Swamp, get the Pyramid Fairy, route that with Castle Tower 1 could be a neat route, which actually would work decently efficiency-wise. And Nightcl4w's gonna just do some checks we've already seen here up on the mountain. There wasn't a ton
Yeah,
of
it's really
super
just that
interesting
book.
stuff here. I guess, yeah, the book's the one thing up here, really, is in Paradox Cave. There wasn't much else. Big Chest of Hera was junk.
Alright, let's find Bombos in Hookshot Cave.
Zeruvian with what bombos?
Which we're gonna find in Hookshot Cave. Oh, nice lamp.
Oh, there's our lamp. So we're missing a flute for logic then. Okay.
Nice mushroom. First chest of swamp is flute. Yes,
Very
it
good
has
chance
to
of
be.
that at this point.
Or something that leads to flute.
Yeah, like the Eastern. Well.
I don't know that there's really
the
anything.
rest of Swamp Palette. No.
Yeah.
No, because the hookshot really. Because even though
Oh.
a second ice ball would put the hookshot
Whoa.
Eastern big chest in, the
To put Armos in logic? No, because
but
the
Armos
big
is
key's
still
not.
behind
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
It's still behind the ice small.
Yeah, it's probably just flute.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about the ridiculous scenarios, though.
Well, we're really running out of ways to unlock the seed. I feel like that's been a good chunk of this seed is us discussing what's left. Yeah, we need to beat Thieves Zeruvian.
This will let Leaf grab the big key on Bumper Ledge as well.
Yeah. But there's the ice big key. We know it's junk, but that might be in the back of their mind.
Yeah, I mean, there's still... Well... There's really only 2 big keys that are necessary left out there. We need Meyer and we need GT. Oh, and pods. Three keys.
We also need the desert big key.
4 keys. Yes, counting.
We need 4 of the 5 big keys are still missing. The only one
Okay,
don't
then
need
yes,
is
you
the
probably want to grab that one.
Yeah, the Leaf definitely wants that biggie. Leaf scummed at the desert small. Yeah, there was just a pond small on the right side of desert, which wasn't worth keeping, honestly. Yeah, Drinky, I think it's likely it's going to be a route of like thieves into the North Legend of Ted, then Swamp to Red Bomb to Castle Tower would make sense.
Yeah, they made Bullped, yeah. This was the Harabig in the Thief's Den Big Chest, I think, right?
Correct, yes.
Alright, Spike Cave has small key to Castle Tower.
That's something we need, because that locks our Ice Rod. No, we need it anyway, because it's AD, but we really need it at some point sooner rather than super late, because of the Ice Rod.
The only downside for Nightcl4w is that they already checked the first chest, so they're really not going to go back for the second one until they have both keys. So if something's there, that could be a little rough.
Alright, let's see. Bombo's tablet now for Nightcl4w.
I wonder if Nightcl4w's going to dip in a swamp.
I mean, I'm thinking the next play is either Swamp or Pod Eastern with the bow now.
Well, they're probably going to they might dip into desert as well, the same way Leaf did.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which would be beneficial, because it would get them their Samaria.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Alright, pet at number 3 for Leaf.
And there's that king for Nightcl4w. Okay, so what are we missing for Go mode? We know Flute's probably the first chest of Swamp. We're missing a collection of big keys. We need
Bombos.
2 Castle Tower smalls. Bombos, yeah.
Maybe Ether, depending on what Meyer entry is.
Yep. And hey, Sven Cannonberg rating of the party of 26. Welcome in, Raiders. We have ourselves here a Survivors of Hyrule Rumble round match between Leaf and Nightcl4w. And it's a bit of a mess. We've been logical last locationing what looks like a flute at this point in the first chest of Swamp. 80 keys is being 80 keys overall.
Yep, Leaf's gonna come in here and well, maybe not blind pull. It does have the book. Could check it first.
K45 checked for Nightcl4w. Where is he going now?
I think this is Swamp now.
Looks like it, yeah. Swamp before Pod Eastern. I guess he's already cleared most of Eastern and a pretty good chunk of Pods, so this isn't a bad idea. Sadly, we know the hookshot is in Eastern, but, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, looks like Leaf heading into Swamp 2, so we'll have both players going in there. Although, I mean, I wonder if Nightcl4w will do Hookless Frontal Swamp, or will just stop after this flute.
We'll see. And is going to continue.
Alright.
And yeah, that was a flute as expected. Yeah. Really can't say I'm surprised given that we were out.
And Bombos!
Okay, now
Okay,
Nightcl4
that's where they're gonna. Okay, I think that's all right. I think that's fair.
I mean, that they've got a bunch of stuff to do that's not that now.
Now you get to play the fun game of, do I wait for Castle Tower 2 before going to Turtle Rock?
Well, we'll see. Once they activate, we'll see where he goes once he activates that flute.
I would probably go to Meyer area and check the Meyer medallion and
I would
clean up
want
that stuff there.
information for sure, yeah. Now goes for Leaf, who will be continuing because they do have the big key and they have the hook shot to continue.
Yeah, no reason to not full clear this.
Yep. And flute has been activated for Nightcl4w.
Picking up the key. What on earth?
Meyer area as expected for Nightcl4w. Yeah, picking up the key and doing the Specky clip.
Alright, Meyer is... It looked like Bombos as well. So we're all set on medallions.
Oh, good. I didn't... Yeah, it looks like it was Bombos. And there's Temper. That's a nice find.
Okay. Leaf still needs a bunch of big keys. Leaf needs Meyer big, Pod big, Desert big, GT big. Yep. In addition to CT too.
Here's our last bottle on Checkerboard Cave, which we don't care at all about.
We're gonna dip Meyer?
Let's play.
I mean, it's not the worst play in the world, but you're so close to being able to clear it in one shot. Although I don't really know where Nightcl4w goes otherwise, right? I mean, yes, theoretically they could go to Eastern and clear Eastern, but you kind of want to wait and hope you can clear Pod and Eastern at the same time while you're there. They've already done Ice.
Yeah, and you're missing the Pod.
They don't have the hook shot for Swamp, so yeah, it's kind of tough. TR again, you want to hopefully wait until you get Castle Tower 2 before you go to TR.
Yeah, all of their plays are kind of terrible, so I get this. Left side Swamp dead, yeah.
And
GT
yes,
big
GT big
not guaranteed
can
in GT,
be
correct?
Anywhere, except for the GT big chest or on the GT climb.
Yep. Because this is not No Logic. Or a beatable only fast Ganon.
All key to GT.
To GT
oh, sword. Another sword?
Okay. I mean,
oh,
why not, I guess?
Just do cutscene chests. Just do it. Why do people why would you skip that?
I don't know. Man, that's a small key to Skull Woods. Gee, thank you. Completely useless.
Gamma, please. Oh, there's that desert small.
Walking the desert for Leaf. And there's Ether, I don't need it. There's big K2 desert. Okay. Well, I guess Nightcl4w can go beat desert after this.
Yeah, I'd say that's fairly convenient because we can just mirror and finish desert.
Yep. And that's exactly where he's going, which, yeah, well, might as well. No real reason not to. Although, yeah, he is gonna leave a cutscene chest behind.
Alright,
And
Argus down.
fails.
Oh, that's Castle Tower 2. That is so good. Actually, wait, no, is that...
Except
Leaf doesn't have the other
Spike
one.
Cave.
Oh, no! That would be so good!
Actually, that's a Spike Cave's kind of a bad spot for Leaf because Leaf doesn't want to go back up the mountain without that small key.
I know, it's so unfortunate because this routing would be so nice to do Big Bomb into Aga Tower, get your Ice Rod, go up the mountain and do TR.
Yeah, Leaf went up the mountain 3 times and then skipped Spike Cave, well, twice. I don't think they had the key the first time. But yeah, that's a big ouch. I mean, it's gonna be on their mind, I guess, with a Hero Big, but it's not that. It can't adapt to the top of the priority list at this point. They've got other things to do. Alright. We're gonna have Landmost here for Nightcl4w, and then we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, Nightcl4w's options are not super great at the moment. For Nightcl4w's sake, hopefully they decide to go clean up Eastern next.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's not much there. There really isn't. But it is at least a completable crystal. Unfortunately, they've just done he's done like everything else he could do in Eastern Pod right now besides that, which is unfortunate.
Alright, Pyramid Fairy has another small key to Hera, but put it back.
Yeah, I don't... That might eventually incentivize Leaf to get back up the mountain, but that's not really the best thing. I mean, the thing where... I don't know, we'll see for Leaf. Alright, where's Nightcl4w going? Okay, this is good. Okay, Nightcl4w is now on track to go pick up that hookshot in about, what, 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And then Nightcl4w's gonna go, gonna pick up that hookshot, beat Eastern, beat Swamp, pick up the, what's that, gonna pick up that second Castle Tower small, gonna be able to get Ice Rod, and is gonna be a collection of big keys, basically, from Go mode.
Yeah. And the nice thing is...
of big keys from Go mode.
Yeah, but the nice thing, other than GT Big, none of them can be in GT, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's also true. Unfortunately, we're running out of things to do in the game, I think.
I have to imagine we'll see some big keys in TR.
I would imagine so, yeah, at this point. There's a lot of checks in there. The game's given us everything except that those Castle Tower spells for quite a bit to do TR. Alright, Flute activated for Leaf. Let's see where they go next. There's that hookshot for Nightcl4w. Could be a big key on Armos Knights too for Nightcl4w here. That's a new check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right, that mushroom. I forgot about this.
I forgot too. That was also in Hookshot Cave next to that lamp. We had so much. We were so busy wrecking the lamp. I think we forgot about this. It's our piece though.
Alright, Leaf's gonna check out the Mire area. This makes sense.
Yeah, might. So I could see it too for Leaf going in. This again, kind of a lot of variously not stellar options right now for things to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, from Leaf's point of view, checking it to maybe find Castle Tower 2 before you go up the mountain.
Yeah, or like a Pod Big would be nice to get Pod and Easter done together, as we find nothing on Armos Knight, speaking of that.
Looks like they are going to go for it. We still have Cutscene Chest 2. Nightcl4w did not check that, so that could potentially be something.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Nightcl4w's sake it's not some like a vanilla Mire Big.
Worst case scenario, Leaf does get the Desert Big in here if they go in, and then can complete Desert.
Yep.
What is
Swamp
this?
Swamp for Nightcl4w makes perfect sense.
What is Leaf doing?
desert for where I have no idea.
Leaf save scummed this already.
I guess they're going back for that pod small?
Oh, the pod small, right.
Okay. I guess they didn't do either Harmless Helly or the pod big key chest earlier. Yeah, Desert Big, Desert Small was in Swamp, Desert Big's in Lair, right? Yeah, for those who missed it earlier, Leaf save scummed right side Desert, since they stole the key. Few minutes, but he is going to get some much needed progression out of here. Oh, the only thing he's gonna get out of here is he really needs that Castle Tower small off Argus. Nice Becky clip.
Yeah, this routing's actually going to end up working out pretty nicely for Nightcl4w.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to clear Swamp, he's gonna get that, he's gonna get his second red crystal, as well as that Castle Tower small, and this GT small of no relevant.
Gets to go do Big Bomb, clear Castle Tower, get Ice Rod, go up the mountain, clear TR.
And hopefully find a big key to go use in the dungeon at that point.
Surely there will have to be one.
I mean, there's only so many places left for these big keys.
Yeah, really, yeah. I mean, there's cutscene chest here in Mire, which it looks like both players are dodging. Oh no, Leaf's going back for it. All right, if you're gonna do it, I feel like it's better to just do it before going back for the lobby chest. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you're going to discuss how many places are left in the game for these big keys.
Kind of nothing. I mean, this is really not anything left. Hera Basement.
Hera Basement, cutscene chest here. If we can find our last couple pod small, the last pod small, there's
a couple chests in pod. Yep.
I think we saw everything except pod big key chest and pod big chest.
Oh right, yeah, Nightcl4w did Hellway in the back there.
Yeah, we don't have the Skull Woods big, but that's an outstanding chest. Yeah, there's really not much. I've seen both Catfish and Sora.
$5.
Okay, yeah, TR's gotta have at least one small key. Likely both the pod and Mire smalls, I think. Just because
that seems pretty likely, yeah.
Because we've just seen the entire game at this point, yeah. I mean, not particularly unusual for AD keys, but as they've been clearing very thoroughly looking for these items. That flute was a, near logical last location for both?
I think it was hard last location, yeah. What did we... Oh, did Nightcl4w not do left side?
A little surprising given how that he's still missing several items, but okay.
Yeah, I don't understand that. If you're gonna do it, just do it when you're in here the first time. Like if it's even in the back of your mind to do it, I don't know why you wouldn't do it right away.
Yeah. Speaking of big keys, there's the one for Desert for Leaf.
Okay, dropping the fairy to do the death warp there.
Leaf's gonna go beat Desert now, which we know there was absolutely nothing of interest on Landmost, but that will be their third crystal.
Really? Only third?
Yeah, that's what I was realizing, is only third, because we're missing big keys.
I guess the pendants were like the first 3 dungeons we did, basically, so yeah.
They were. I mean, I was saying how the Hera clear for Nightcl4w, I think at an hour 4 was our first crystal on stream, which is fairly impressive. is an hour 4-minute first crystal. To be fair, we'd already done. Nightcl4w had also done all 3 pendants, and I think Leaf had 2 pendants at that point. But yeah, it's been a little. We got plenty of items in the early game. There just wasn't, well, a lot of clearable crystal dungeons.
Right.
Just due to the key placements, basically. Yeah, okay, we're gonna. We know left side swamp's absolutely dead for Nightcl4w, but I'm gonna have to imagine he's gonna get the big bomb, go to Castle Tower. Oh, or not. Yeah,
this is
to prove me
interesting.
Wrong. I mean, okay, he's just not doing the big bomb, I guess.
That seems aggressive to me.
Yeah, same here.
Claude doesn't know he has 2 res. I mean,
oh, he never caught his bomb shot.
He could have pressed start and checked, but.
Okay, well, we know it was junk. Yeah, Pyramid Fairy was a load of nothing, so it doesn't really matter, but, he's lucky it was a load of nothing. Alright, that's Crystal 3 for Leaf. Oh, Hero as well as Pyramid Fairy, that's what it was, yeah. Which, hopefully for Nightcl4w's sake, that was junk.
Still doesn't have the lamp either.
Oh yeah, because that one's on. That's in Hookshot Cave. You'll get it when he goes there.
All right, let's see what this second chest is.
Yeah, Leaf's going to go.
Yeah, what does Leaf do now? Yeah, so hopefully, for Leaf's sake, hopefully they check Spike Cave first before going into TR.
I hope so too, otherwise this is gonna be a bit of a stinger. I mean, we know that the odds are almost guaranteed that Nightcl4w's going to have to make another trip up after.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's gonna have to make up a trip, so it's
okay,
not
straight to Spike. Alright, so this is good for Leaf.
Yeah, this is very good for Leaf, because, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been as bad because we know that even if they had gone to TR before this, we do know there has to be multiple trips up the mountain, but going back through TR is just a pain.
Yeah. So yeah, now this is very close.
It is.
So, refilling their health only took probably just save and quit after opening this chest anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, now Leaf is, chasing Nightcl4w. Nightcl4w has the lead on progression, has more dungeons done. Well, Eastern and half of Dagger Tower, basically. But, on the other hand, Leaf's done a few extra checks that could matter, but unlikely to at this point. It's more so if Nightcl4w decides to go back for some loose ends. But I'd have to imagine they both grab their ice rod and go TR after this. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, that Hera basement could be a killer for Nightcl4w if one of the Varbig keys is in there.
Yeah.
Because that small key was in Pyramid Fairy.
Mm-hmm. Alright, time to count blue balls.
But yeah, I mean, right now Nightcl4w is effectively an Eastern clear plus a Castle Tower clear, half of a Castle Tower clear ahead, maybe.
Yeah, it's like 5-ish minutes. There's blue ball 1. It's not a lot, it's a few minutes, but it is something when you've got a seed that's currently looking fairly linear for the end game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems very likely that you're going to find your Meyer Big and your Pod Big in TR, and then the GT Big is just going to be in the basement somewhere.
Yeah. There's just not much left in the game. Just one blue ball today, that's pretty nice. No, was Nightcl4.
No, Nightcl4.
Check Pyramid Fairy.
No, mirror. Just mirror on the top of the pyramid and flute to 8. Flute to 8!
Running it is, I guess. This is a little bit slower, but it works, I guess.
Alright, Ice Rod obtained for Nightcl4w.
I mean, that's a safe quit.
Yeah, straight up the mountain here.
Mm-hmm. Leave us for the moment avoiding Armos Knight since it's just a one check and hoping to route it with Pod, which we know is going to work out fine for that because Armos is useless. So kind of overall in terms of the race, a bit of an efficiency gain, but in terms of looking at how they are relative to each other, that is going to be some additional time back to Nightcl4w eventually. So he does still need to spend a couple minutes running back through Eastern for that. Question really at this point is how many big keys will we find in TR? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm going with 2.
Or actually, because we're missing a Skullwood's big now that we care a lot about it. I'm feeling 2 as well. What if I was gonna go with the interesting
Both players taking the dash route to Lumberjack, but alright.
Alright, just under an hour 36, we've got our first TR entry finally.
I know, which seems crazy given how much TR stuff we got early on.
I know, we got 4 TR spawns really early, and then the game was like, nope. Yeah, first chest on the left there.
I think this is the more efficient way to do it if you're full clearing TR, because then it's a little bit faster to mirror here, do the lone chest, and just go straight up to chain jumps.
I guess actually, yeah. Reason had it a bit backwards, but I believe it's gonna be about a minute and a half behind getting into TR here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 134, like 135, like 40 something when Nightcl4w got in. Okay, about a minute and a half. Hey, Chump's not playing nice.
Okay, the pod, hey!
Thanks, Gabe. That's not the pod key we wanted.
Whoops. Nice silvers. Sure, we'll take those.
Guess we're just gonna pick up every item in the game at this point.
I mean, we still haven't found the fillet, but
yeah, we
or Burner.
And yeah, and I think we're missing a shield or two, but that's about it. I guess the red meringue isn't marked either. I've seen almost everything in the game. The collection rates are going to probably be fairly high on this, with the last locationing of the flute and the mirror was quite fun
Yeah,
too.
depends on how much stuff we need to check in GT Basement, really.
Yeah. Three silvers are definitely nice before you do Almost Nights in Vidi. And there's our first big key to Meyer!
Oh, wait, so does that count as in TR or not?
Oh, I consider Vivek Cave to be included in the set of TR checks. That is technically not in the dungeon. Top Mile who said I was gonna say it's not in TR. There's map to the pod we don't care about. Green lava here looks kinda trippy for Leaf. No lamp for Nightcl4w, he'll probably, not that he really needs it here, but
he'll definitely check that after
this.
this. Especially because he's still going to be missing items. Probably.
You can go mode before he gets out of here. Unless we find both remaining big keys that will need on the bridge. We've got the heart piece. Speaking of big keys, there's the pod.
There's pod, alright, so we just need GT now.
And it's not there. Now we're there. So yeah, Nightcl4w. Well, do you even bother checking Hookshot Cave, or do you go beat your dungeons and maybe do Hookshot Cave on the way to GT?
I check Hookshot Cave. Well, no, yeah, I mean, you know, now that you say that, I think maybe dungeons first, and then, yeah, Hookshot Cave on the way to GT makes sense.
Would that matter? Do you do the pod?
No, actually, no. Hookshot Cave first, because it's actually kind of out of the way to finish up stuff in Meyer, especially for Nightcl4w, like, who has not done cutscene chest yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very nice first cycle on Trinex. When can you miss it?
And, like, being able to avoid the pod big chest is also a pretty big time save as well.
Yeah, because pod and Meyer, cleaning up pod and Meyer is kind of slow.
Well, that is it. So there was 1.5 big keys in TR. I think if you wanted to be a little aggressive, I think you probably just play for the GT Big and GT here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it would be the worst decision in the world for Nightcl4w to just go straight to the bosses in Pod and Meyer and then go to GT.
Mm-hmm. It's a kind of tricky choice here because there's really very little left in the game.
Yeah, and everything that is left sucks.
Yeah. Everything that's left sucks is a good way of putting it. Because I've got pod big key chest, pod big chest. Nightcl4w hasn't done Meyer cutscene that we know it's useless.
Right, and Nightcl4w has Pyramid Fairy as well.
Yeah, we've got Helmasaur, Vidi, we haven't seen Basement from anyone.
Yeah, I think I just probably play to GT here.
Yeah, I think I would as well. It's just, there's just a little left in the DLC.
That way you get to get faked out when you find the Skullwoods big key in the basement.
Yeah, because that's still missing. And let's try next down for Leaf. You have to remember, comparing their current progression, that Leaf does have to do Eastern as well.
Yeah. It'll be slightly quicker.
Time for Nightcl4w. Yeah.
Because they've got silvers, so that makes Armos a little bit faster.
Yeah, Nightcl4w had a little bit of problems with Armos Knights. With the regular bow, it was not a one cycles. I was looking at the 11 out of 14 for Nightcl4w in pod. I was trying to remember why, and I was like, oh, right, yeah.
Okay.
Helmasaur, big chest, big key chest.
Leaf gonna go ahead and do Myra first here.
Which,
it's fine. There's actually, in Leaf's case, Myra makes more sense because if the GT big key is on Vitreous, then you can just skip the stuff in pod.
Yeah. Now, between our runners, we'll know what's in the last two crystal. We'll know what's on the last two crystal bosses at least.
And checking the big chest in Myra is also not particularly time-consuming. Both players left Terra Basement. Yes. Well, Nightcl4w does not have the small key, so didn't really have a choice there. I think leaving Terra Basement is fine in this situation. You're gonna head up there anyway. Like, you can check it after the basement.
Yeah.
Check the basement after the basement.
Yeah, after the GT basement. Yeah. For if your Hero swallows, you can't be very right. Alright, it's not Helma, and it wasn't the Moyer big chest.
Alright, so that is... Oh no, sorry, Nightcl4w still needs to do Fire.
He is gonna leave, which I think makes sense here. His last two.
Yeah, Nightcl4w's just rushing GT, which I agree with in this spot.
Yeah, I mean, there's less than 30 checks left in the game, period. There's what, 22 in the GT basement, 2 in pod, Vidi is, I guess, still outstanding. Terra basement,
Pyramid Fairy for Nightcl4w. Yeah, it's probably roughly around 30 checks or so.
Yeah. Leaf.
Thought about skipping the big chest there for a second.
Yeah, but it's too quick to skip. I think,
it's pretty free, yeah.
Like, you're right here. Nice arrow refill too, because Nightcl4w was a little low when he got in here. And Vidi
just a map.
Is a map to TR. Thanks, game.
So what Leaf really needs right now is to hope that the GT big key is in, like, pod big chest or something like that, and then have them actually do those checks while they're in pod.
Yeah, because otherwise, if that GT big's in the basement of GT Nightcl4w's, I don't think GT routing is going to make up this difference.
No, yeah, Nightcl4w's pretty solidly in the lead if it's just on the way.
Like, if it was just pod left, then GT routing could have made the difference, but with Eastern as well, I think it's a bit too much. Especially with silvers, Vidi is not going to be a problem.
I feel like in ad keys, GT routing tends to be fairly uniform too. I feel like most people just do right side into full left.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leaf is going to clean up these checks, so this could be interesting.
This is their best chance of pulling ahead at this point.
I mean, Hera Basement would also be good for Leaf as well, because it's going to take Nightcl4w a while to get back there.
Yeah. Because that would mean yet another mountain trip, and doing Pyramid Fairy.
Yep.
I have to imagine that if it is Hera Basement, that's just the full last location for Nightcl4w. GT Basement, go get off the mountain, do.
I feel like Meyer Cutscene Chest is the last location for them.
Well, I might try Meyer Cutscene Chest before making committing to another mountain trip, but yeah.
Alright, now we can play the GT Big Key Guessing game, right? Because
yeah, I guess we might as well. As oh, I guess Desert Right Side's fairly quick. This is fine for Nightcl4w.
I find this interesting that this is something that they're checking, but I guess yeah, it is relatively quick.
Gonna find his last pod small that he really does not care about.
Yeah, just 10 arrows there.
Chests.
Alright, so yeah, Leaf is basically playing to Hera Basement at this point.
Yeah. And yep, this is the mountain for Nightcl4w. Alright, but yeah, Big Key Guessing game. Put in a number between 1 and
1 in Hera Basement.
Basically. I'm gonna say 14 myself, because that's my usual number. Yeah, there's 21 chests and 1 torch in the basement of GT, and about the only other thing left in the game that would be Leaf's best hope at this point is the Hera Basement. So chat.
I'm gonna go rando room bottom left.
Sure. I really do think it's just the basement of GT and Hera Basement at this point, just about.
That we haven't seen from either player? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Well, I guess we find the Skullwoods Bicky in there somewhere.
Oh, that would be a spicy one.
Because that's the only other thing we haven't done that we can't do right now, which is like... yeah. The silliest thing might be Skullwoods Big Key in the basement of Hera for the GT Big.
That would be funny.
Alright, Helma for Leaf, and we've got a 152... 152...
20?
Basically, GT. Yeah.
Alright, I'm immediately proven wrong about GT routing for people and add keys.
As we firmly head left to find our second shield and keep going. And that is Crystal 6 for Leaf. And that was check number 1 on the torch. Check 2 is our small key to second Meyer small.
Oh, Meyer.
Helpful. And our
Hyrule Castle
key. I guess we might as well just find absolutely everything we're still missing, which is we're missing our last Skullwoods small. And the Skullwoods Big, obviously. We never did find
We're still missing that ice small.
There's our Burnos. Along the lines of what? That's our last trackable item. We never. I think. And we never.
Well,
oh no, we still missing that. I mean, I guess there isn't anything else left to find. Or nowhere else to find.
Red Boomerang.
Yeah, Red Boomerang, because we didn't pick that up anywhere. We are missing our mirror shield. We saw the other shield on the torch there a minute ago. This is, by the way, check number 7.
So here's the thing: is that if the GT routing actually might come into play here, if Leaf goes right first, and it's on the right side, this is actually pretty close.
Yeah, actually.
I think Nightcl4w's still ahead, but not by as much.
No, but we'll have to see. Checks 8 through 11 coming up here. You said what, bottom right?
Bottom left. I was wrong.
Bottom left is not. There's our last shield.
There's our shield.
And also, we're up to 16 hearts now. And I find hearts, the number of hearts is a good indicator of how much of the game someone's done, because those are spread throughout the seed fairly evenly. And 16's a lot. It's not the most I've seen this week. I calmed a race for a runner recently where a runner finished, I think, with 18 hearts.
Nice.
And a collection rate of like 175.
Alright, there's Leaf's last crystal. So they just have a mountain climb, which is about a minute and a half or so.
This is check 12, then we'll have 13 through 15. I'm not used to having Hope Room included in my count. I had to think about the numbers for a second. Is that check 12? Yes. Okay. Alright. And 20 bucks.
Not there, not there, not there.
The hunt continues.
Boy, this is gonna feel real bad if it's just in Hope Room.
Oh my goodness, it will. 15, this is going to be 16 is us, heart number 17, and the bug axe.
Hey!
We will have reached tracker percent by the time we're finally... Just about reached tracker percent by the time we're finally done. Might be missing a key or two, but we'll have every icon lit. We'll have every icon at least lit up. Did I say the GT entry time was 1:52:20 for Nightcl4w?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we're looking at a 4.5 minute difference.
Small key to Skull Woods, yay! Small key to Meyer, yay! Small key to Ice Palace, yay! Oh, wow!
Wow!
It's either Tile Room or Hera Basement? Well, we haven't found the Skull Woods big key yet either.
That's on the climb at this point.
So the thing is, Leaf is gonna clear the entire basement before doing Hera Basement if that ends up being the case.
Yeah.
But Nightcl4w does have a lot of random checks to do.
Yeah.
If it's not here.
We were discussing earlier how we've been discussing at various points throughout the race how Leaf's just been doing an assortment of extra stuff that Nightcl4w
Did Leaf
skipped,
go
and that
left too?
Yes, they're going full left.
Wait, did they not do DM room?
I think they skipped DM room. Yes.
I see.
And
there
the
it is.
GT2,
Tile
their
room.
GT, yeah, right. Tile room. Check number 22.
Nightcl4w is
So-
probably breathing the largest sigh of relief right now.
That is a very rare situation where you want a tile room big key.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Skullwood's big key is either on the climb, but could lock itself. Actually, Chad has a point, or
Yeah, it could be in the GT big chest.
Could be Hera Basement, yeah, as well. Yeah, forgot GT big chest exists.
Most people do.
We rarely see it, so. I mean, you sometimes see it in AD keys if you get to GT before you have all your pendants cleared, but today we beat all our pendants before we beat a single crystal for Nightcl4w. And yeah, rip the sub 2 as well. I figured it probably wasn't going to be happening when we got in at an hour 52, but this is going to be 2 something here for Nightcl4w. Not that Cannon will be a problem at 17 hearts, red mail, butter, silvers.
I
but,
should hope not.
Yeah, they are extremely well equipped at this point. They have found everything in the game. Just about. Bugnet picked up for Leaf, so Leaf is also going to be in full, it's also going to end up,
I am... Okay, so Leaf is doing tile room here. This GT routing is fascinating to me. I don't really understand what's happening, but it's gonna pay off to some degree.
It's gonna save them a minute or two. It's not enough. Nightcl4w still got a, like, 4 or 5? Like 3 or 4 minute lead.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
Nightcl4w's basically gonna have a full GT climb ahead.
Yeah, just about. But it does save a little time for Leaf. Also happy 2 hours.
So what was it that put I'm trying to think of, like, what decision was it that put Nightcl4w in the lead?
That's a good question. Like, because in the early game, Leaf did more loose end, kind of quirky stuff that while Nightcl4w kind of did a more traditional routing.
Right.
Though it did get Leaf the boots earlier, so that kind of netted out a bit.
And that hook shot too, which took Nightcl4w quite a while to get to. And I mean, Leaf had the advantage of having Samaria for Ice Pal. Like, there was a lot of things that Leaf had an advantage of, you know, item-wise, but...
Yeah,
I mean, Nightcl4w did make some skips, right? Didn't do cutscene chests, didn't do Pyramid Fairy, didn't do the stuff in Pod. So, I mean, honestly, those handful of things alone are basically enough to make this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a few minutes here on a full clear seed. It's just kind of differences in the order and doing a couple extra stuff. Leaf also double dipped Hera so that really wasn't a big difference because it was just the first 2 checks the first trip.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know there's any big things, it's just I think little things that kind of added up for Leaf. I'm also having a really hard time saying definitively. Like, sure, there was some that they were kind of on paper behind on progression at points in the early game, just due to doing some loose end checks.
Yeah, I mean, there was the Moth death also.
That's true, I forgot that. Yeah, like nothing really big, just kind of little things that add up, and sometimes that's just what it is with Rando, especially when you do everything. It's a matter of what order did you do everything in? The collection rates are going to be very high for both here, having...
oh yeah, this is gonna be pushing 190 for sure.
Yeah. Because Nightcl4w full cleared the GT basement, Leaf skipped Compass Room but did more overworld checks, so yeah.
Alright, and that's gonna do it.
And it will
just
be
need
GT's
to cross this
Nightcl4w.
bridge.
Who's gonna stay alive in the tournament? We were discussing this at the start briefly about how Lizard is essentially eliminated, and that here.
Yeah, so Leaf's team is still in, but Leaf is eliminated from their team at the moment. So Leaf's team now has 3 active players going into next week.
Yep. And GG's to Nightcl4w, 203.51. Remember, switch audio here. Hey, Nightcl4w in the chat, GG's. Totally F is definitely one way one way to sum up this scene. That was something. As Leaf arrives on Naga 2 here, gonna be a sub 210 as well, which is not bad considering everything. And a nice triple, I think. Life lesson for sale, indeed. It was $20 on Zora today.
Alright, Leaf dropping it again in here. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be roughly a 3-minute difference, which is really not that much when it comes down to it.
No, not at all. And there we are, GG's here to Leaf, gonna finish up the seed with an official race time, .gg time of 2:07:26. GG's.
GG's to both players.
And we will get them both in for an interview here shortly. What was on the pen again? I don't remember what a fairy friend refers to with a text.
It's a fairy in a bottle.
Ah, yep. And
by Keith. Oh, hi.
And we are now joined by both runners. GG's, guys.
GG's.
GG's. First off, shoutouts to Tyler and GT Big Key in.
I know. I was saying Nightcl4w was probably like sweating while that tile room was happening.
I was. When I went into GT, I was thinking, okay, should I just gamble on tile room because I felt so far behind? And then I thought, nah, this is something you just cannot do because the big key will never be there.
Right.
Well,
I skipped DM's room.
Yeah, I was. What was
like,
your thought process for your GT routing? Because it was interesting.
If it's anywhere on a DM's route, I lose. Was my thought process. Because I know I DM's route. I know a lot of people have been DM's routing again, and I was like, if it's on DM's route. I lose to most runners because I feel this far behind. Let's skip to DM's room and play with fire, shall we?
Okay.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know. This was just all around really. I don't know. Every second item felt like, oh god, probably Leaf has this like already half an hour or something.
Oh man,
Hookshot, especially the mirror, the flute,
Yeah,
that
everything.
hookshot for you specifically was pretty unfortunate. Well, yeah, you had a lot of unfortunate last locations with the mirror and the hookshot. I mean, Leaf kind of put off Eastern for as long as humanly possible, so
Yeah.
was able
What can I
to
say?
get
I learned from
early.
Zelda's on.
the flute was the last location for you, logical last location for you both, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. I put off.
No.
Clarity of DM was behind it.
Yeah, it was. I'm not
you're
sure if it
freaking
was
right. Holy
100%.
fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, don't go into swamp because surely there's just a lamp for Mount Nexus and something else will be behind some dark room. Surely.
Yeah.
I hadn't even connected the flute on the mountain thing. The
Yep.
flute to the mountain. That's terrible. I blame Trev.
Yeah, we were getting to the point where it was Castle Tower 1 or First Chest of Swamp was like, okay, well, one of these has to be flute.
Like we've seen everything else because you'd both beaten Hera. I think well, I think you were the first to beat Hera in Nightcl4w by like a few minutes, so just after the hour mark.
Yeah.
Shout out to that being the first crystal in an hour 4 minutes because you guys beat the pendants first.
Yeah, I
you
was
beat
thinking
Hera.
the same.
Gilgam,
Yeah.
sorry, Leaf did it. Leaf beat Hera a few minutes later, but Leaf. I think Leaf had Leaf.
Yeah,
I
Leaf
think
went
had
up there with the
booked
hook
the view on the
shot.
mountain at the point. Yeah, that was.
It
Leaf
was
went up
after
with
the hook shot.
shot,
Leaf
so
went up to get Hera and then do swamp, so they could do swamp into Pyramid Fairy.
yeah, and
Exactly
Leaf
what I
picked up the
I
lamp.
unfortunately
So Leaf picked up the lamp like out of Hookshot Cave quite a bit earlier, which is what told us, oh, there's got to be a flute someplace really silly here.
that Hookshot Cave ended up being my undoing because I meant to do Spike Cave on that same trip.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, we were
yeah,
kind of.
that
I think that was brought
we were
up when you
worried
were on the
about
mountain
that.
the first time.
Yeah,
Because
we were worried
otherwise your
about
route would have
that.
been real nice doing Pyramid Fairy into finishing Agate Tower into getting the Ice Rod, etc. Yeah.
But I forgot. I was like, okay, it's dead. And then it wasn't dead because I was like,
It was not.
I have like 4 checks in the eastern area, or I could go do all of the mountain except for Trinex, and I'm going to start with Spike Cave so I can then spin speed back out of Spike Cave to do the Heras into Tihar.
Yeah, we were glad you did Spike Cave first because that at least kept things closer. Because if you had dip TR first, it was going to be rough.
What was in Spike Cave? I don't remember.
Castle
Tower
Tower
2.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Although actually, honestly, if you route it in first, it's actually Castle Tower 1.
Yeah, I think for Nightcl4w it was Castle
for
Tower
me,
1.
yeah. Yeah, it was for me because I did Spike Cave on my first mountain trip and I did the whole loop around from Hera to back to the tablet because of the book. And then I went into Spike Cave and it was my first castle tower.
I meant to do that and forgot to.
Mm-hmm.
Did you at least pull pet as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Evo
You have 3.
Thanks.
I did. I had the book at that time. I didn't even read it, and then I didn't even use the fairy on the pedestal. I let it go to Death Warp and Mire. Because once again, I unfortunately end up in Mire with 3 hearts to do Spike Chest. I was like, oh, I have to do this perfectly again.
Yeah.
A great game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reminded of last year's main tournament because I believe I had the longest taking win in an AD key seed, and this was like 2 hours 12 or something. Now we are again at over 2 hours, and I don't know. I had to think back to this.
It's still a better seed than the one I did last night for practice before I even knew I was doing 80 keys. I literally just spun a wheel with the modes and got 80 keys, and was like, okay, let's practice 80 keys, and it ended up being 30 minutes of post Ganon's Tower looking for go mode.
Oh,
Ooh.
that sounds nice.
It was not. Spoilers on how that practice went. I had exactly 2 checks left in the game. So
I mean, you guys really weren't far from it here either, to be quite honest. Like, I think it was Hera Big Chest, or if you found the Skullwood's Big Key, that was the
I
Yeah,
mean,
only
Hair
other
Basement,
thing.
nobody
Hair
did.
Hair
Yeah.
Big
I was gonna say,
Hair Basement, not Hair Big
there was
Chest.
no
Yeah.
way. There was no way I was doing Hera Basement after I found Castle Tower 2 leading to Ice Road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I figured it was you. I think I said you were picking up the hearts to leave Spike Cave, and I was like, as soon as Leaf opens the chest, they're just gonna save and quit anyways.
Yep.
Hey, guess what? I did.
Yep.
Yep.
But this was also something I was thinking about going into TR for the second Castle Tower small key, and I'm very glad I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because by how the seed went by then, I wouldn't have been surprised to find the second Castle Tower key on Laser Bridge or something.
I expected it. But GG's, Nightcl4w.
Yeah, GG's.
Good luck next week, and hopefully my team can win some swordless races this week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Because the rest of my team is playing swordless this week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ooh.
The entire
Yeah.
team rolled swordless except for me, because I was smart and vetoed it.
Oh no.
I also
Granted,
vetoed swordless.
Granted,
no,
they all vetoed spoiler, so
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, I
gonna.
had a question.
It's not a secret. My team is not a team of spoiler players.
I had a question. Actually, question from chat for you two for this race. Sorry, what would you guys have done if the big key, GT big key wasn't in GT? Because I
I've
think
done
you
Well,
Hera.
guys
we
had like
just had Hair Basement.
I
goofy
think first I would have started to
because
cry.
Nightcl4w, you didn't have the Hera big. You
Yeah,
didn't have the
Nightcl4w
Hera
would have
small.
been in a rough spot if it was not in GT Basement.
I can tell you what I had left. I had left the Witch Hut for the mushroom. This would have been an easy check. I had
Oh,
Ice
yeah,
Rod
that.
Cave, Sora, Graveyard Ledge, and Pyramid Fairy, basically.
You had
And
Meyer,
one check
Cutscene
each.
Chest.
Yeah, exactly. But I probably would have done.
Tower Parakeet?
Excuse me, what?
Did I hear
Oh, Nightcl4w didn't have the
Tower
Hera
Big
small.
Key?
No,
Oh,
no,
Hera small.
I had the
Not Hera
big key.
Hera small.
The big key I had, but the small key I never found. No.
Yeah, small
That
key was
that
at Pyramid
Pyramid
Fairy.
Okay, yeah, Pyramid Fairy. Because I remember making a joke to myself of, it's a tower key. It's just not the one I want. Yeah. Thanks for the restream. Glad to have been the opening restream for the tourney.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
And now I get to watch my team from the sidelines, and hopefully we'll come out of this week alive.
Yeah. I see your final collection rates are 187 and 181. Not a surprise.
I mean, realistically, mine should have been at least 4 more, but, the end room is right there, and I left it sitting right there.
It was just a bunch of stupid keys anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found, I think, every key except that Skullwood's big at the end.
I am missing a Skullwood small key, an Ice Palace small key, and a GT small key.
Well, they were on Firelock side of GT. It was small keys.
Yeah, there were like 3 small keys on the right side.
It was a Meyer small, Skullwood small, and an Ice small on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was fully expecting the big key entire room to be Skullwood's big key.
Oh, yeah.
So at least that didn't happen. Well, but yeah, thanks also from my side for the restream. GG's, Leaf again.
GG's.
I am looking forward to watching it back because
same.
Bookmesh is a great commentator.
It's true. I've heard that before.
I mean, I've watched enough of your restreams.
Nothing I said was wrong at any point during the race.
I mean, you don't have to be correct in what you're saying to be an entertaining and enjoyable commentator.
Yeah, but no, this was a pleasure, Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Glad to be on to you again.
Same. I do need to drop off now, so I'm gonna head off. But yeah, GTs to both of you.
And thank you again to Star for restreaming, commentating. Who was our tracker today?
The Ruck.
The Rock. They probably went toward bed because I know it's like 11:30 over there.
Yeah. I'm also heading into bed now.
I was gonna say you're going that way too. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks for the race. Thanks for the restream. I'm heading to bed. Have a nice rest of your day.
Yep, GG's, and good luck next. Good luck going forward as well, Nightcl4w.
Thanks. Bye.
Alright then, so that's going to be it here for us today. GG's again to both of our runners, Nightcl4w and Leaf. Thank you to my co-com Gilgamesh and to Direct for doing the tracking. Thanks to everyone in chat as well for watching. Let's see. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we are looking to put on another Survivors of Hyrule match here on this channel in a couple of hours. We're looking to put on. One second to find the schedule. Looking to put on a race tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern here on this channel. That will be GFE versus Killer App in an 80 Enemizer seed. So that's going to be interesting. Please come back and check that out. Here in a few hours. Aside from that, we've got some other things going on. We've got ourselves the final few rounds of the One Wicker Randomizer Mini Blends tournament. And then we've got some sort, and then more Survivors of Hyrule matches coming up throughout the week that will get put on the schedule as we go here. If you are interested in volunteering, please check out the Survivors of Hyrule Discord, which I will be posting in the chat. But for now, that's going to be it here for us. Thank you for watching, everyone. We're going to go over and say hi to Catobat, who's doing some Link of the Past randomizer cross keys mixed overworld wild prize shuffle shop sanity, according to the stream titles. So we'll see how that nonsense is going. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.